Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to my RB World 5 complete starter guide. We'll cover everything you need to know about RB World 5 as a returning player or a new player. So when you first open the game, you'll be put onto this page picking your performance. You're able to change all these settings later as it says. So it doesn't really matter what setting you pick. If you have a low end PC, go with low. If you have a higher end PC, I would still go with medium because high, it just takes up a lot of CPU and GPU for no reason. Now dribbling, this part is important. If you're new to the game, then you can go for simple. It's just 3 keybinds and does very simple moves. But if you're a returning player, the dribbles are the same for past RB games. So going advanced is more recommended. Even for a newer player, I'd recommend you getting used to advanced. Only if you really don't think you can dribble, then go with simple. But I highly recommend everybody just go advanced. It's just better overall. Colorblind mode. For colorblind, then go pick your settings. Even if you're not, some people like going with some different color options just because they like how it looks. But for me, I'm just gonna pick off. This one doesn't really matter. Okay, welcome to RB World 5. Yep. Simple. Press claim. Already claimed, it's not working. Whatever. This is some beta bugs over here. But first, go into settings. I'm gonna first put the music down. I don't mess with the music. Alright. First, before we get into settings, I'm going to explain what RB World 5 is, just for people who don't know. This game will be free on release, so there will be a lot of new players for this game. So RB World 5 is basically 2K on Roblox. That's how I'll put it. This game is very similar to 2K on like past RB games. Past RB games, it was like 2K, but not as similar. But RB World 5, this game is a lot like 2K. So I just want to get out of the way. We'll first cover settings, then we'll go into the basics, all you need to know, and then some builds and a little secret that a lot of people don't know about at the end of the video. Settings, volume, whatever is up to you. Now camera. For RB World 5, you can either use keyboard, mouse, or controller. I recommend using controller if you can. Controller is just a lot better and feels a lot more smoother, easier to dribble. Only reason I'd see anybody using keyboard and mouse is if you want to macro your dribble moves. I know a few people who macro their dribble moves and they go crazy, but yeah, that's not for me. So I just use controller. It also, timing feels a lot better and all that. I just like it better. So if you plan to use controller, then I recommend putting it to POV. Having the default as core will be like the 2K kind of field of view, if you know what I mean. It'd be all zoomed out. I just like POV because spaced out, your FOV is like a bit wider and you're like closer to your character. So I just like it because it's more like, it gives me more tuned into the game, if you know. Next thing I would go to dribbling advanced, obviously. Auto switch handles, doesn't really matter. The dribble input window, I put mine 0.24. It just depends on your preference. You gotta really mess around with it. This usually only matters for like controller. Anything below 0.2 is just way too fast. You could probably maybe use it for macros. Anything above, I think 2.6 or 2.8 is just takes too long, right? So I just mess around with 2.4, 2.6. Maybe keep it on default if you want. Double tap window, you can keep on 0.2. We'll get on to more double tap later. Shot meter, vertical. You can also have it off. And having your shot meter off will, as it says, increase your chances slightly bigger good window. If you don't know what the game is about, I'll get onto that later, right after the settings. Shot meter, both sides, doesn't really matter. I go right. It's just personal preference. Shot meter feedback, always keep it on true. And dead zones, mess around with that if you're on controller. And the rest is just performance. Keybinds, you can also change keybinds if you keep it mouse. But yeah, that's all you really need to worry about on settings. Now this is important. If you're a new player, change your settings or whatever, go to press play, and if you're completely new, go in tutorial. This is what I want every new player to do. This will teach you the basics of the game. And even if you're a returning player or veteran player, doing the tutorial is very good because you get tickets, and tickets are the premium currency for this game, right? So doing a tutorial, even as a veteran player, is highly recommended. I have 1,000,000 coins and 1,000 credits because this is the beta, and this will be reset once early release for beta comes out. So you don't have to worry about that. With tickets, I'll just get onto this to get out really fast. You can use it to buy the season pass, right? And the season pass, you can get emotes and like trails and whatever. If you want, it's just some cosmetics. It won't really matter too much, right? Now to explain how RB World 5 works before I get onto builds and whatnot and how to make your character. So RB World 5 is different from other RB games. There's no park, there's no rec. It's just competitive, which is a ranked mode. The icons aren't showing up for some reason. They're working yesterday, but jokes reset everything, so something's kind of wonky. So for your park, it'd be 3v3 and it'd be 5v5. 5v5 is your rec. It's like 4 quarters and whatnot. If you played past RB games, you know what rec center is. 3v3 is park versus 21. Competitive mode in RB world is all matchmaking, rank based, so it's basically skill based matchmaking now, which is really nice. Now the main part of the game is my player, where you make your own character. So you want to click on my player, and you'll have 2 slots. If you didn't buy the beta, you only get 2 slots, which is really nice, honestly. And if you're a beta player, you get 4 slots, as you can see. So what you're gonna do is click on your first slot and make your first build. You'll be teleported here, and this is where you can customize your character. I don't really care about how I make my character right now. I'm just showing you how the game works or whatever. Launch a bunch of hairs, and some of them are require game passes if you want to buy it. Be more drippy or whatever. Up to you, right? Nose, eyes, whatever. Shooting hand doesn't really matter either. It's just that where you shoot, left, right. I think also the way you try to steal the ball, it depends on your hand. Whatever. Now play styles. This is important. In RB World 5, it's a bit different than RB World 4 and past RB games. Basically, every build can be unique, and there's no like set builds. There's no like straight true shooter or anything like that. You can make like more unique builds in this game. The positions are guard, which are point guard, forward, small forward, center to big. Point guards are specializing in dribbling, passing, shooting, and they often play around the perimeter. As you can see, you have pretty best shooting out of all the other positions. Really good perimeter. Forwards are your small forwards, like slashers basically. These are your slashing type builds. So you'll be really good at layups and like inside the point, anywhere inside the 3-point line, be really good. And centers, these are your bigs, really good at dunking, being a big, getting rebounds and all that. So your positions affect your stats a decent amount, basically what your build can do. And then the thing that affects your stats the most is your streak or your takeover if you played 2K before. So your streaks affect your stats. As you can see, if I cycle through the streaks, my stats are changing quite a bit. Depending on your streak, your stat, you can do a lot of different things. I'll go over the first one, just aggressor. So aggressor, these are from your slashing players, people who want to be inside the be inside the 3-point line and shooting twos, dunking on people. You can dunk with aggressor as well. You have really good driving layup and driving dunk, as you can see. So if you're into slashing and whatnot, and you'll be fast as a guard with aggressor is pretty good. You can also shoot threes a decent amount. 72 3 is enough to make a wide open 3, so it's not really a bad build. Drift take or drift shooter. What a take does increase your movement speed by 8% on hop step and drift shots, and increase your shot succession on drift shots. So like moving shots, and basically increases your shot succession on moving shots. The stats on this are not really good. Something I forgot to mention is that the fire emblem right here is with the takeover or the streak like boosts the most. So with the aggressor take, your speed will up a lot more. Your with ball speed, driving lip and driving dunk goes up a lot more than the other stats. Drift take isn't really the best in my opinion. It's kind of mid. I've used it before. Like the only thing that's really boosted is your stamina, mid range. Really terrible 3 as a guard. Your threes matter quite a bit because you're the position that can really shoot threes. Free throws, which are kind of useless unless you're playing rec center a lot, and then post moves, which is also pretty useless. I wouldn't really recommend going drift take unless he buffs this somehow. It's not good at all. Initiator take, this is for your like heavy dribblers, your playmakers type. Even some shooting builds are really good with initiator take. You get the most speed in the game with initiator take. It's really good. Base stats, which is base height and base weight. I'll go into that after this. 89, 90, 90. You'll be the fastest with initiator take. If you want to be fast, initiator take is your way. Really good handles. This take is really good overall, especially with the take dust itself. Increases your overall speed by 7% and increases your chance to ankle break by 30, which is a lot. Ankle breakers are pretty busted in this game, and initiator take is just really good. When we're playmaking or whatever, it's a good take overall, really fast. Next is lockdown. It's your defensive streak. Really good defense right here. Strength, get more strength. Great perimeter, great steal, great inside. As a guard, 61 inside is crazy. I'm not gonna lie. So lockdown take is also really good, really good. You can make some shooting defenders with this build. With this takeover, it's just a good take overall. If you want to be more defensive and be like a guard or something, guarding the perimeter, and sometimes locking down bigs, then lockdown streak is really good. Next is sharpshooter. This is your shooting streak. Good mid-range 3-pointer and free throw. 86, 85 might not look too high, but once we mess around with the weight and the height, it can go up to 99. So you could be a pure shooter. Last take is team player, more for also like people who want to be more of a team player, like the Soraixx says. Good speed, second most speed in this game. Really good handles, really good passing. I don't think you ever need 99 passing, but this take as well is pretty good if you actually get it in game. The 1% accuracy and speed by passing with this takeover isn't that good, but what the main thing for this is you get 15% shot succession on all your passes. So when you pass the ball to someone, they have 15% extra added to their bar. So it's just really good. They have a 15% extra chance to make the shot with this takeover, if that makes sense. That's all the takeover is. Just really, really very fast, going over it very briefly. I don't want this video to be too long. If you want, I can make a very deep down analysis on all the takeovers, all the positions, meta builds and whatnot. I also have future videos planned to make like very unique and good builds, good two-way builds for all type of play styles. Make sure to subscribe for that. Now next is height. You can read this if you want, but I'll just explain to you very quickly. Height and weight affect your stats. Right here you can see 6'3", 195 is base. Put the weight down, you get some stats increased and some stats decreased. So what most people do is go negative weight, 180, the least amount of weight, because as you can see, your strength goes down quite a lot, which is fun if you're a guard, right? To some nuance to this, if you're a big or a slasher, even in most those cases as a small forward, you want to go least amount of weight because the trade-off is huge. You lose quite a bit of strength, but your speed with ball speed, acceleration, and stamina go by a lot. So if you go back here, you can see with aggressive take, 97, right? If I go back to normal weight, 88. So you can see it's a big increase if you go lower weight. Big increase. My opinion, usually going 180 pounds is always really good. You get a lot of speed with ball speed, acceleration, and stamina, right? And then if you want to mess around with your shooting as well, height, let's go back to just straight 195 so I can show you. Increase your height. You're losing quite a bit of speed, some driving, layup, handles, passing, and steal. Your rebound, close shot, standing dunk, driving dunk, mid-range, 3-point, free throw, your defense goes up. So messing with your height is also something you can do. Going like 6'5", 180, something like that, right? Going 180, cancel out the speed. See, I'm still positive in speed, just negative in strength. So if you want to go like super, like max height, whatever, you can counteract your speed and your with ball speed acceleration. Losing all of that, you can counteract that by going minus weight. I'll let's go to next just to show you, right? This is just whatever filler build. You can read this if you want. Basically here you can test your build, which is really good. You get 275 points and 50 trait points, which is your badges, right? So in 2K you can pick what badges you want. Same thing here. At max level you get 50, at max level you get 275 skill points. So you can test out your build to see what it will do when it's maxed. I'll just show you something real quick. When I'm increasing my speed, as you can see, I can't increase it anymore. That's why I increase my with ball speed. Same thing, let me get my with ball speed to 70. I can't increase my with ball speed until I increase my speed more, which makes sense in real life as well. You can't be faster with the ball than when you don't have the ball, you know? So there's some stats that are like bound by some other stats. So over here, you can test your stats and do whatever you want, really. I recommend everybody testing, like making like a completed build before they even finalize whatever build they want, just to see how your build can do full potential. I'll go over badges real quick as well. So you get 50 trait points, right? There's bronze, silver, gold, and diamond. So diamond takes 10 trait points. Gold takes 6, silver takes 3, and bronze takes 1. So you can have 5 diamond badges, or I'm not going to do the math for gold or silver, but you see the point, right? So you want to basically balance your build out with the badges. Some badges you want on diamond, some you don't. You have to mess around with it. That's where you go to see videos and whatnot, depending on the build you want and whatnot. Or you can also like see what stats you really want and what badges you want. There's a lot of stats or badges that people want for a lot of builds, so it just depends. I'll just put some random stuff real quick to show you. Bam, so that. And I'm just putting some random badges. These badges, I'm not gonna say that, like the best badges combination you can have for this certain build right here. I'll plug in my controller real quick and just show you controller in, and here you can just like test your shooting and whatnot, right? Test your build out, see what you can do. I didn't really upgrade any of the stats, so yeah, this is just sure you can test your stats, see what you can and can't do, like uncontested and all that, right? So I recommend everybody just getting your stats in, getting your badges in, seeing what you can cook, Okay, that's that. Then once you're done with your build, you say like, I like this build, it's great. I say overall this build is actually pretty decent. So finalize it, whatever, it's cool. I like this build, great. Say you test the build and then you go in game and you don't like it, that's fine. I can go to my player, click on it, and I can just press delete. So I don't like it, I can just press delete and bam, gone. For those of you who are still watching the video, I'm gonna show you something that's really important that will greatly increase your chance of beating other players and give you 70 extra skill points and 10 extra trait points. So 10 extra points for your badge, which is basically a diamond badge right there. Next to competitive is Conquer. Playing against other AI teams and conquer the world of basketball, beating all the matches will reward you with extra skill points and extra talent points for all your created players. So if you beat this, all of them, you can see they're locked. If you beat all of these matches and get every single star, you will get 70 extra skill points and 10 extra trait points. That's huge. Even as a level 1, you'll be greatly outclassing other level 1. Getting 70 extra is crazy. So I highly recommend everybody, when you have the time, to do Conquer and just beat it. Even as a level 1, it's very possible. If you want me to make a video on this, then let me know in the comment section down below, and also by smashing that like button and subscribe button to beat Conquer as a level 1. So doing Conquer is something I highly recommend everybody do. We'll go over my gym real quick. I don't think it's complete so far, but you can design your court, right? Design your basketball, court design, do whatever. You can change the words and all that. So this is your gym basically. You can't really go inside your gym now in beta, but on full release, you should be able to. Next is shop. So you can buy game passes if you want. Baller pass too. If you want to progress faster, then you can buy this if you want. And then there's loot boxes, which is something he added very recently, this update actually today. So loot boxes are basically where you can get random clothing and cosmetics, and then you can also get trails. As you can see, there's trails one, and then there's the boxes where you can get cosmetics from. So if you want, you can purchase it. You just buy and open one real quick. Yeah, these today, so we'll see the animation. You get some shoes, that's cool, right? Got some cool shoes. So this is basically a gacha system he added, which I'm not sure if I'm a fan of it yet. But it's a gacha system where you can get cosmetics from. So if you have some extra cash, right, then you can go ahead and go to the shop and purchase some loot boxes. Before, you could purchase any clothes you want, but I think he might have got rid of that. We'll see on full release. You can make sure, you can check out full release too if the shop where you can buy clothes are there. But if not, then this is your only way to get cosmetics, which I'm not a fan of if that is the case. Because he added these loot boxes literally like 20 minutes ago, I think. One final thing I want to show you, or a few things actually, is if you need help, right, go press the help button next to settings, then it'll teach you movement. You have a controller plugged in. I will plug in my controller real quick to show you. Playing, click on it, you will switch to controller controls too, which is really nice. Shooting, dunking, teach you all that, right? So if you need help too on something, you go to the help. Also, this is also really useful. You know, traits. If you want to know what each trait does and you don't want to go back to the character selection, tells you right here, even at every single rarity, or like here basically. And something else, this is also very important, dribbling. I'll tell you what dribbling does. With simple, you see there's not that much you can do with simple, but advanced, which I hope most of you pick advanced because this is the better thing. All the dribble moves are right here, and it tells you the requirement you need for each dribble move, which is really nice. So the most you need so far is 75 to get every single dribble move. There's one other thing you can do, get at 90, but that's a bit more advanced. It's just basically a dribble style, which doesn't really do much right now. 75 is really all you need for dribbling. And if you need help with dribbling, it's here to tell you what each move does. So if you ever need help, come to the help section and press some advanced dribbling, and it'll tell you all the moves so you can practice them in your own time. That's basically everything there is for the game. I'll also post the Discord for RB World 5 in the description, so join that to get all the updates and whatever. Last thing I want to go over is practice. So if you want to come here, I think you'll be able to go to your own gym later on full release, but if it's not some reason open, then you can come here, bang, pick your own player if you want. Practice. You got these bots here to pass you the ball. Bang bang, you can practice here to practice your dribble moves. I actually did not upgrade my character, so I have no dribble moves, but you get the point. And you can also have your streak on, practice free throws, and change players, right? So I'm gonna change players to one of the pre-made characters he has. Let's go to this right here, defending slasher. We'll do it. And you can just practice with like different types of builds as well. This will basically be it for the video. right? I think this video's already been a little too long. Probably yeah, a little too long as well. But if you guys found this useful, make sure to hit the sub button. I'll be uploading a lot more RB World 5 videos on release and coming days, yeah. So make sure you're subscribed for that. A lot of useful stuff for new players and even returning players. You know, the best builds, how to beat Conquest and all that. Then make sure you hit the sub button. I'll be your guy for all this content. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Peace out.
I'm saying bye to all the lies and all the times you cried, saying that I wasn't right, yet I was right by your side. You manipulator, playing games, your friends commentators, and I don't know what you say about our private conversations.